Yeah, we're rolling.
We're all rolling.
All right.
No, you do it, Randy. You get the honor.
Yeah, yeah, I
This
think
is big
so.
time. You deserve it.
March 1st, 2023.
Holy cow.
2023.
Wow.
Sweet.
Welcome to a big freaking day.
Wait, is he recording?
No.
No.
We are recording, but let's let me
You want to start over?
I'll start over. Roop, I think about week over week energy. From last Thursday afternoon to this morning. Guys, welcome to Little Bits.
No,
Little
it's not Little Talks.
I'm too excited. Little Talks with Littlefield Agency. Sam Littlefield, Steve Roop in the house with us, Brandon Bergin.
Yeah, if you're watching this...
I hope everyone's watching this.
Yeah, if you're not watching it, first off, if you've ever watched or listened to us before, forget everything you know.
Forget everything you know. This is a new day.
That was me trying my best, and I think I apologized about every second or third episode.
And by the way, you did great for a year.
Well, you're kind to say so, but I think you'll see a quality improvement this week, and the reason is we've brought back fan favorite
Our guy.
Brandon Bergin.
Brandon Bergin.
He is producing the podcast at levels which have never been done.
So for those watching the video, I don't even know what to do right now because normally we have one little camera in the middle. I've got a camera to my right. I have a camera to my left. We have a camera top left. We have
two
Brandon
lights
behind us.
Yeah.
Two lights.
If
We
you're
have a
watching,
curtain.
if you've watched before, I usually have on headphones and I'm trying to mess with 5 or 6 things at once. Guess what? All I have today is a script and a cup of coffee because Brandon is the man behind the camera.
He
the man
is
behind the curtain.
behind the
man
curtain,
with the
behind
plan.
the camera.
He's over there doing the knobs and making sure everything works.
And making sure that we
liberating.
actually keep our mouths close to the
close to the mic.
So welcome back. It is a great day. It is March 1st. Spring is upon us. Julie Schwab is in all green, channeling St. Patrick's Day, channeling spring vibes. I love it. We have right across from us, Sean Hubbard's in the house. Shout out to our boy Sean.
Yep.
And for a great morning with the team. We have a new bagel toaster.
Sam has been dying to talk about the bagel toaster.
We were in Austin, for those that listened last week, at the hotel. It's got a conveyor belt bagel toaster. And I was like, we need that at the agency because our old crappy bagel toaster
bad.
that was like 10 years old and would burn anything.
There were some fire concerns.
There were some fire concerns. I'm
once.
really looking out for the safety of the agency.
It
But I
was a
also
safety
said,
issue.
I've been saying this for a while now. We're at this point, we're there. We have the right people in place. We have amazing clients. And now we have the bagel toaster that we have been striving for a long time.
It's all come together.
We're ready to jump, baby.
Yeah.
This is amazing.
If you need toast, if you need bagels, if you need pizza warmed up,
Yes.
we got you covered.
We got you covered. So next time you're here, check it out. I'll give you a tutorial. I love watching a bagel toast in there. It's a weird, satisfying, cool experience.
Watching Sam give the tutorial is probably better than the tutorial, by the way. So yeah. I will act like I don't know what the toaster is, and he can teach me about it, and then you can watch the whole thing happen.
Maybe that's our next episode.
It's pretty entertaining.
We're just going to give, and we'll submit it to Amazon for royalties.
Right.
We have Marco Industries in the house here in about
our friends at
45
Marco.
minutes. A great kind of positioning discussion with their VP of Marketing, their CEO, and the two owners. So we're excited to welcome them into the Littlefield Agency house.
I love those guys.
Yeah, it's been a while too. I haven't seen Neil and Lindsay in a while.
Yeah.
So
it has been maybe before pandemic.
Yeah, ish.
For me.
Yeah, I guess for you. I've seen them.
You
I think
see them
since.
quite a bit, I think.
So yeah, guys, a lot going on today. It's a pretty cool little Wednesday here in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
And by the time you see and or hear this, you should have little bits in your inbox this month's digital trends. Curated just for you.
I was on a call with a prospect yesterday who actually used to work at an agency. Super lovely lady, and she was telling me how much she missed the ever changing digital world. She's like, I can't keep up with it. I was like, well, speaking of you can't keep up with it, I'm going to subscribe you tomorrow to Little Bits.
We'll do it for you.
And she's pumped.
Yeah, you can subscribe, and if you need to subscribe and you haven't yet.
How do we do it, Rube?
Well, there's a lot of ways. I always say go to the website, but now you can go to the website and zip straight to the bottom of any page, and there's a single email subscribe form. So
Nice
pretty easy to do.
So a lot going on. We will dive into digital trends again. One last thank you to Brandon Bergin.
Yeah,
Brandon, you have stepped up our game.
I feel so freed. I don't know what to do.
You don't know what to do with your hands.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what to do with anything.
Why are your hands above your head?
I don't know how this works.
All right, Rube, take us off with topic one.
Okay, topic one. Glasses off so I can read. So, this is, again, these are topics that are actually on Little Bits. Not every episode of the podcast covers Little Bits. We've been off script for a few weeks, but we're kind of back on hitting a few things that we've seen around the internet. And this one made sense to us. Internet advertising continues to grow. The astute Analytica Institute, I think that's an institute, has found that internet advertising remains the largest and most rapidly growing sector in the digital marketing industry, with nearly $476 billion in revenue in 2022.
Billion with a B.
Billion with a B. According to the research, mobile advertising accounts for the largest portion of digital advertising spend, and it makes up nearly half of that total revenue. The study suggests the majority of digital expenditure, which is around 71%, is directed towards 5 major companies. Now, this one made sense to me, and I knew,
Of course.
what was the first one? The first one's going to be Google.
Of course.
Everyone knows it's Google. Second one is going to be Facebook. That one also made sense to me. We spend a lot on behalf of our clients with those, because that's where people spend their time. We talk about it all the time. Google search and Facebook as having, I think, over 2 billion people now. So, like,
But the next two surprised me.
I was quite surprised by these. Well, maybe not the last one, but Microsoft came in. I think these are in order, number 3. So it's got to be the Bing network for them, right? Which we're going to talk about in our next topic. Verizon came in 4th. And we may have to have Kelly Hubble on to kind of explain what is the Verizon advertising universe. Yeah. It's probably some digital TV and connected TV, things like that. But I don't know.
And of course, Amazon.
Number 5, Amazon, which completely checks out. Makes a lot of sense, especially if you sell products on Amazon. You have to promote those products on the platform. So anyhow, this is, I've been around long enough when we talked about when is digital or non-traditional going to overtake traditional advertising. And this is about the era when they said it was going to happen, and it is. But I think the kind of bigger story now is we don't really need to call it traditional and non-traditional. I mean, digital is traditional.
It's the way of the world.
That's just what it is. So
I like the emphasis on. I like the emphasis on mobile. We have a lot of some newer clients too, especially as we're redesigning some websites, and their emphasis is very much on mobile, right?
Yeah.
Hey, what is that experience like? And just thinking of conversion and.
Because you got to think about where your user is experiencing that site.
Absolutely, and the nice thing is, like, as we look into Google Analytics, most of our clients break down as like 70% desktop versus 30% mobile. But I mean, you got people out on job sites, you got people checking email on the fly, et cetera. So that is. From an advertising standpoint, and advertising, I think of email, obviously everything in the paid space, like that is a great thing to keep top of mind.
Yeah.
Because people are on the fly. Tara, I've mentioned this before, she doesn't like to do things on a computer, which I think is nuts.
Really?
Oh, dude, she does everything on her phone. Everything. Shopping. Like she'll check payroll on her phone. It's like, what? Like, what are you doing? But that's the way of the world.
I'll say when I sign up for a new online service or product, the first thing I do is check to see if they have an app for my phone, right?
Wow.
Or what the mobile experience is, and
that's
I
important.
bookmark it, because I do the same thing. Like HubSpot, that's the first thing I did with HubSpot. I was like, okay, when I'm on the go, how am I going to check my contacts, my forums, all this stuff? And they have an app. So yeah, mobile's pretty important.
But almost $500 billion.
Yeah. And that's only going to grow.
I would. To your point, I'd love to hear Kelly's take on some of the Microsoft and Verizon stuff. We're going to talk about Microsoft here shortly.
We should probably. There's not. From the camera angles, you can't really see, I think, everything in the room right now, but we have very limited space currently. But we need to.
I don't know.
We'll find a way. We need to bring Kelly in and have a third person on the mic again, which we've been doing a lot lately.
Well, it's funny. With Sean Hubbard in house, I was like, "Hey, dude, you want a podcast?" He was like, "Well, I've got a meeting with the team." But I was like, "I actually don't think we can fit you in the studio, so scratch that." Hey, I'd like to give Kelly a shout out. She did a hell of a job yesterday and gave a really nice lunch and learn on paid search.
Yeah, our media. What's her official title?
Media director.
Media director. I was about to flower it up some, but media director.
Kelly started off at 30,000 feet in the sense of like all things SEM, but then really honing it down to like how are we captivating our B2B clients and their customers in the sense of headlines, descriptions, what else? Site link extensions.
She went through a lot of the technical of
it was really
of the Google ad
great.
universe, which it changes a lot. So even if you were familiar with it 3 months ago, 6 months ago, this was a good refresher. And then she did, I agree, she did a really good job kind of tying that into the things that I think the other departments were already familiar with. And like, here's how you would do this, and here's how you would think about this, and this is what kind of headline or caption works best in these situations.
And it
it was good.
There was some great conversation across the board, just in the entirety of the team, in the sense of, okay, can we do this for our clients? And Kelly's like, absolutely. Like we have to be provoking and intentional and just be thinking through, because And she, I don't want to give it away, but she gave some great examples yesterday, and we're like, okay, Ditch Witch Grasshopper, absolutely, like we can do something like that.
Yeah,
where it catches their attention.
We're starting to spin a little bit on new things.
So part of this conversation, obviously, paid search being Google, leads nicely into topic 2.
Topic number 2. And by the way, hang on, Brandon. Usually when we do these, this is where I add a bell ring. I'll get you that sound effect. He's also editing this, by the way.
Brandon, is he your new best friend?
Yeah.
Wow, Brandon, you're a good guy. So topic 2, okay, Microsoft and Bing.
Yeah.
Okay, Bing, everyone knows what Bing is, but Bing has made a splash in the last 2 to 3 weeks. Trent and I have been in having some conversations about
Trent
it.
Grasshopper.
Trent Grasshopper.
Trent Grasshopper.
Brandon the video. Trent Grasshopper. Sean and Ditch Witch.
These are our characters.
So Bing plans AI ads and early pitches to advertisers. That's kind of our headline here, which is really interesting, right? So Microsoft has started discussing with advertising agencies how it plans to make money, and it has completely revamped the Bing search engine. And this is generated by artificial intelligence, and they want to battle Google. What was the stat yesterday, Roop, in the sense of Google and the search percentage?
Oh, Google has it's somewhere between 85 and 90%
90% of all search.
But Bing is number 2 with like 6%, I think it is. I mean, it's small, but honestly, what stinks about that is Bing is a pretty good experience. Like, it's a fun search engine, and if they're going to make gains, it's going to be with things like this.
And so their generative AI. Okay, it's going to produce original answers in a human voice in response to open-ended questions.
Yep.
Okay, advertisements within the Bing chatbot may also enjoy more prominence on the page compared to traditional search ads. So they really talk about reimagine, right? They are reimagining this search experience.
And fast out of the gate.
Fast.
Yes.
And also, though, with some skepticism last week and what we generated throughout the agency, Bing's AI got really emotional, and it was this whole thing, and it's just like it was almost overboard, and like, whoa, like this is freaky.
The guys that are working on Bard,
yes,
the Google version of this, were
yep.
probably looking at it and going, hey, our robot's not emotional, right? It's not going to want to love people and kill people. And do all this
I
stuff.
know it was strange, but I mean, like, I would love to see the statistics in the last 14 days with Bing.
Yeah, I think...
Like, what are those search statistics, even in the eyes of Google?
I think a lot of people are probably trying it out and going over there, and they're curious. And I was one of them, and I feel like it's been a week or so since I did this, but I feel like you had to sign up for, like, additional access to the AI part of it, and it wasn't fully rolled out yet. So I'm actually signed up on a lot of wait lists for various AI programs and technologies out there. But the Bing one is pretty interesting, and it's whatever they do, Google's going to try to better it, and they're already in process. So in some ways, it's kind of interesting that Bing got theirs out first, and they're kind of talking to advertisers, and they're kind of like, this is how it's going to work. It's going to work. Google's probably waiting to see where they fail and trip and fix those mistakes, which is very un-Google-like. Usually Google's the first one out.
The tricky thing
just
for Google these
failing
days.
across the board,
sure.
not caring. But this is good on them. Good on them for waiting.
You bring up a good point. We have encouraged the agency. Everyone has gone to their departments in the last week.
Yeah.
And everyone is diving in the sense of AI. So whether it's ChatGPT, Bard, et cetera, like there are so many different platforms out there, and we are encouraging our employees. Not encouraging. I don't want to say forcing, but like, hey, you need to sign up and take a look at this, right? Like, how can you use this to your advantage? How can you find some efficiencies?
It's so good for research.
It's great.
It's so good for brainstorming.
Yeah.
It's
a great sounding board.
Yeah. I don't want to give everything away yet, but we found some beyond that, some pretty interesting usages.
Yes.
Use for it, and anyhow, we'll probably be talking about that by the end of the spring or early summer is my guess.
Yeah. So, anyway, those are our first 2 topics of March. God, March 1st. By the way, on Sunday, it is Roop's 11th work anniversary.
This is a big month. So
it's a big month, man.
11th work anniversary.
It's your. Do you dare? Do I dare?
Go. You can say it.
The big 50, the 50th birthday for the Roopster.
I'm a young man no more after this.
You are still a young man in today's age. And but anyway, that's later. Is it March 29th?
Yeah, it is.
Look at that.
It's also my mother's birthday, by the way.
Oh my gosh,
same day.
Mrs. Roop.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a lot happening.
It's a lot. And March is going to fly. Matt turns 2 March 19th, 10 days before you. Wild. It's crazy. Crazy good times, man.
Yeah.
So, anywho, Brandon, thank you for being here. Thank you for putting up with us.
He gave us a thumbs up off camera.
We encourage you.
Okay. I can't hear, so we must have done okay.
We encourage you, check out the video. There's going to be a different quality.
Yeah.
Listen to the sound. Watch, we're going to get off this, and Brandon's be like, dude, Sam, you were
did
way
not
off the
press
mic.
Record.
Yes.
Yeah. So, and if you're curious, you can see the video on our website.
Yes.
So if you're listening to this on
On the landing
Spotify or SoundCloud or something, or Apple Podcast, the video is usually attached to the articles that accompany the podcast on our website, littlefieldagency.com. Very easy to find once you get there. And then we have a YouTube channel where we also upload these video clips every week.
I love it. Okay, Roobster.
That's it.
Dude, this was a good session.
Yeah, I feel like we should high five.
Should we?
Yeah.
There we go.
There it was with an echo.
There we go. Okay, guys, happy March. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you next time.
Adios.
Bye.